Hello and welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. My name is Mogdog and today we're going to be playing the new Chen after he's just been reworked. I played him a bit yesterday. I think it was like 6 games that I played yesterday and I don't know what to think. But we're starting off on the screen. We're going to talk about new Chen, show you his abilities, his talents. If you want to skip this part, feel free, but this is also going to have some of my thoughts as to the playstyle of new Chen and what I think about the rework. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, abilities-wise, Flying Kick is still the same. Keg Smash is pretty much the same, except it now morphs into Breath of Fire after it is used, so that you can light your enemies on fire. This frees up the E slot ability to be something new, which they have put in this Stagger ability, which is not my favorite thing in the world. Essentially how this works is over 3 seconds after you hit E, all damage that is incoming to you doesn't connect. Once that effect ends, of all the damage that you received, you will take 75% of it over 5 seconds. So what you can do with this is you can kind of jump in, hit your E, take all the bursts of the enemy team, jump out, and hit your Fortifying Brew and shield yourself through the poison effect, which is what it looks like. It looks like a poison effect. When that 75% damage comes in, you can jump out, shield yourself through it, and mitigate the amount of damage that way. And it slows the damage down so that you actually can shield through it, because the new Fortifying Brew is hot garbage. You cannot shield through anything with Fortifying Brew unless it has been affected by Stagger first. So, for instance, Thrall. You're in a lane against Thrall. Thrall hits his E, big burst coming in. You don't hit Stagger, you just hit Fortifying Brew. Thrall takes a huge chunk of your health away. If you hit Stagger first, let Thrall do his burst, then get away from Thrall and hit your trait, hit your Fortifying Brew, you'll shield through all of it, and you'll take no damage, or very little damage. But if anyone is hitting you while you're drinking your Fortifying Brew, it doesn't matter who it is, it's worthless. A Garrosh was out-damaging my Fortifying Brew shield at one point. This alone is enough for me to say the rework is garbage. Just this. Just that is enough for me to say the rework is garbage. Chen feels unplayable to me at moments because Fortifying Brew is so weak. It's so weak. It just makes it feel like I can't do anything with Chen. Especially if my Stagger was on cooldown or something and then I get jumped on. Right? Now all of a sudden I have nothing to do but die. Or maybe Flying Kick away, but most of the time they don't give you that option. Anyway, Wandering Keg appears to have been changed a little bit. It seems to knock enemies much farther than it used to. Significantly farther than it used to. And I think this is meant to give them an opportunity to try and get out of it, but what it winds up doing for me most of the time is causing me to knock them at some weird sideways angle that I didn't want to begin with. You can't really stun them enough to keep them from casting abilities anymore with Wandering Keg, unless you have them like up against a wall. That's the only way you're going to keep them from casting abilities. It's still good. The far knock is actually really good. For instance, say at an enemy fort, enemy's by his gate, he's about to walk through it, you jump over him, hit the barrel, boom! All of a sudden he's in the middle of your team. It knocks him so far. But getting that second knock and directing him where you want him to go is much harder because of how far it knocks him the first time. Anyway, Storm, Earth, and Fire. After 1 second, Chen splits into the 3 spirits, the Storm, Earth, and the Fire Spirit. Storm spirits grant you a shield, Earth spirits grant an AoE slow, and Fire spirits increase your attack speed. Those are the abilities that you have when you use it. The big change on this with the new rework is that whichever ability you use last gets empowered. So with Storm, if you use Storm last, you get move speed. If you use Earth last, I'm pretty sure instead of a slow, you get a stun or a root. I've never used Earth last. I mostly use Fire Last, because when you use Fire Last, everything you do is a crit. Everything is a crit. You melt people if you use Fire Last. It's insane. Anyway, moving on, let's look at some of the newer talents. We're not going to talk about everything here, but Eye of the Tiger at level 1. When you soak an enemy in brew, you deal 50% more damage and heal for 50% of the damage done. This talent combos really nicely with a lot of talents later on. It seems like they want Chen to be kind of an auto-attack style hero, which I'm a fan of. I like auto-attack style heroes. At level 4, Accumulating Flame was moved and changed. It is no longer a quest. Instead, it is a flatline 20% increased damage buff. And if you continue basic attacking them, you increase the duration of it. It's not bad. Level 7, we have Gift of the Ox here, which is new. Increase the duration of Stagger's damage prevention by 0.5 seconds, and reduce the amount of damage taken over time to 60% instead of 75%. I've tried this talent, and it really doesn't make a huge difference. I still think Brewmaster's Balance is the way to go. Just for the passive healing that you can get out of it, without having to collect regen globes. Then level 13, Pressure Point was changed. Now, the old Pressure Point was if you flying kick to an enemy who was soaked in brew, you would get a 70% slow. Now it is if Chen has shields and you flying kick an enemy, you get a 70% slow. This I like better because it combos very nicely with Deadly Strike if you wanted to combo the two. We also have a Touch of Honey, Ring of Fire, and Enough to Share here. These are all old talents, so we're not going to go over them. Level 16, we have the Flying Leap, which is an old talent. Celerity, which is a stagger talent that allows your basic attacks against stunned, rooted, or slowed enemies to reduce the cooldown of stagger and grant you 15 armor for 3 seconds. This talent is pretty good. It's not bad. But I like combo strikes more. Every third basic attack against the same target deals 75% bonus damage, and while Chen has shields from Fortifying Brew, and for 2 seconds after, he gains 50% attack speed. This talent's insane. This talent is so good, especially comboed with Eye of the Tiger. It's awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. It's just kind of hard to pull off sometimes. Level 20, we have the standard keg upgrade. The upgrade for Storm, Earth, and Fire increases the health of all the spirits, and now all abilities are empowered, so you're getting the empowered form of all of the abilities instead of just one. Purifying Brew. When you cast your Fortifying Brew, Chen gains Unstoppable for 1.5 seconds. This is inconsequential because Fortifying Brew is so garbage. Nobody even bothers to interrupt it anymore. It's that bad. Like, they see you start drinking, they don't even bother to interrupt it. They just damage you. They just keep damaging you. They don't bother with the crowd control because you're stuck standing there if you're drinking. So they're just going to attack you. This is a worthless talent. This talent accomplishes nothing. Energizing Brew. If Chen channels Fortifying Brew for its full duration, then he gains 20% bonus health and 20% bonus damage for 25 seconds. This talent is amazing. This talent comboed with the Eye of the Tiger and the combo strikes turns you into an auto-attacking machine gun of death and destruction. You nuke people with this talent and those other two talents. You just destroy people. It's so fast. It's so good. It's gonna get nerfed. So with the Purifying Brew, a little side note on that, I could see this being used as a way to kind of get yourself out of sticky situations. But this late in the game, this talent, if it was for that, should be at an earlier tier. It's a worthless talent, in my opinion. Anyway, let's talk about the Chen rework here. So, I played a few games on him yesterday. and I played a few more today, trying to record today. And then I got frustrated because my teammates were pooping on me because I didn't go to an objective after they all died, and I forgot to mute them before. And basically they wanted me to go to an objective after they all died, and I managed to get away because I didn't die and they wanted me to die. And I didn't do it, so they pooped on me real hard. So I stopped recording after that for a few games and decided to just try out some more various builds and talents. And over the course of the games that I've played, I can say without a doubt that I do not think Chen is a main tank. He has talents that read like they should go for a main tank, but those talents don't accomplish very much. Talents that I am talking about here are Gift of the Ox and Celerity. You combo these two, it doesn't feel like it makes much of a difference at all. The armor is nice, but it's not a lot. 60% damage reduction seems nice, but it really doesn't change much. The ability Stagger actually seems to work against you more than it works towards you, than it works for you. And it has a bug. It has a bug that I've experienced twice over the course of all the games that I've been playing, in which if you use it seems to happen if you use it at low health. And if you use it at low health and you take a large amount of damage, it doesn't show properly. So you'll have the poison health bar, you'll drink through it, and you'll have a solid green health bar, which usually means, hey, you're not taking any more damage. You stop drinking, you're actually still dying, but the health bar stays the same. And then a few seconds later, you just die for no reason. You still have health showing by your portrait, but you just die, and it shows Chen killed Chen when it happens. It's weird. I've only had it happen twice. I don't know what causes it. But anyway, he doesn't seem to be a good main tank. He doesn't seem to be a very good solo laner either. I've tried him in the solo lane, and if you do not take Brewmaster's Balance, you can't go solo lane. You cannot be a solo laner. You will lose. Because Fortifying Brew is such garbage. You're going to take more damage than you think. And without Brewmaster's Balance, you're not going to be healing except for off of regen globes, and that's not going to be enough. So he's not really a great solo laner, at least to my experience so far. As a bruiser, he seems okay. You know, go for the damage, go for the auto attack stuff, get in there, deal your damage, clear camps. He's pretty decent at clearing camps. He's not the fastest, but he doesn't take a lot of health damage doing it, which is also a plus. Like, if you're gonna go solo, like, especially bruiser camps, the goal is to come out of the camp having taken as little damage as possible and to clear it as fast as possible. Chen clears it fairly quickly, faster than some, slower than others. He's not as good as like a Sonya, or like an Illidan, but he's better than some others. Like he's better than Greymane, because Greymane's not going to come out of a bruiser camp with a lot of health. He's better than I don't know. He's better than Imperius, right? Or other tanks of that sort when it comes to camps. And he does pretty good damage. But he does not do well at taking damage. At all, in my experience. I want to like the rework. I really do. But at the same time, I don't like it. Because what you're going to see when we start a match is Chen is extremely weak in the early game. In the early game, Chen is stupid weak. In the mid game, Chen is stupid weak. He's still weak in the mid game. Like, we're talking 7 to 13. He's weak. He's no good. And he doesn't really start to be good until 16 or 20. And for a tank, that's not good. Tanks you want to have more flatlined, I think, instead of having these peaks at, you know, like some heroes peak in the mid game, some heroes peak in the late game. A lot of heroes peak in the late game, like Nazebo, for instance, peaks in the late game. But most tanks are pretty flatlined. They're pretty flat across the board. They get a big power spike at 10 usually, and then they stay about the same for the rest of the game until 20, and then they get another power spike, right? They don't get these massive power spikes at like 13, 16 like Chen does, which if you go with like, what is it called? The combo strikes here, this comboed with Eye of the Tiger gives you a huge healing buff. So, I don't know. I don't know if I like it. He feels worse at times, but if you can get to the late game, he feels stronger. But as many of you are aware, most games don't make it to the late game anymore. Like, a lot of games, the majority of games don't make it to level 20. And a lot of games don't even make it to level 16. So, that kind of puts Chen in a really bad spot. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. But anyway, we're going to jump into a match. We're going to see how it goes. Hopefully showcase some of this stuff. So let's get to it.
I bring pandemonium.
Alright, here we go. Friendly team. Chen, Kel'Thuzad, Cho'Gall, and Alexstrasza. Fighting on Tomb of the Spider Queen against Anduin, Leoric, Raynor, Varian, and Genji. No.
So yeah, we're starting this thing in 10
I literally just started, dude. But because of... I want to mute him so bad.
3, 2,
I want to.
1. Hit them like they owe you money.
I want to mute him so bad. How dare you strike me? Raynor's just trying to get stacks. Alright, time to go to top lane. We took enough damage there. See how hard it is to do anything, though? I couldn't do anything there. If I'd went in, I'd be dead. It's so... not cool. I should have been able to light him on fire, but I couldn't, because I had to dodge the creepy hand, and that little bit of time to dodge the creepy hand was enough for me to not be able to blow fire. It's so dumb, that delay. I miss gems. Alright, let's go roam a little bit. See if we can't make... Ah, go away. I'm surprised he didn't deflect there. He was waiting for me to blow fire on him, I think. Right, walk away. Let's wait for the minions. There's nothing I can do this early. Even if I do roam, I'm not getting anything done. I'm just gonna be there and almost die. Because I'm so weak in the early game. Mine. Accumulating flame coming up. This will help increase that damage a little. Leoric just turned in. I'm just trying to keep the flame going.
How does the floor taste?
Just not gonna let him revive faster.
Venture away.
Gonna hit my fountain and come get gems. Just a couple of talents is all I needed to be able to beat Leoric in that kind of a game. So Leoric can't beat me now. That's good to know. It's good to know that I can at least bully a Leoric. Can't bully much with Chen anymore. It seems, anyway. But maybe it's just a learning thing as well. As I get more comfortable with the new Chen, maybe it'll seem stronger. I don't know. We will see. I'm holding my gems. Trying to get to level 10 first. I'm not gonna go up there. I'm gonna let him push the lane my way, so I don't have to risk anything to get the gems. Especially with my whole team dead. A good chance they come to try to gank me. So we're just gonna hang out up here, let the wave come to us, and play it safe. And there's their turn-in. Level 7 turn-in. Hopefully it won't get much done. Brewmaster's Balance coming up. We're gonna start regenerating health now. And it'll be nice for laning against the Leoric here. Yep, they're all up here now. Whoops, didn't mean to fountain there. I gotta leave. I can't stay. I don't think I can anyway. I'm gonna try to though.
Hey, horse guard. That sucks.
Oh, we might be dead. It sucks because you can't do the thing to bring you down to 50% brew anymore. For Brewmaster's Balance, you get the move speed and the health regen. You can't do it anymore. It's a little bothersome to me. That bothers me a lot. That's been a part of Chen's playstyle for ages. For what feels like forever. And now you can't do it anymore. Alright. Alexstrasza and me have all of the gems here. I wasn't looking to stay in that fight if I didn't have to. Uh-oh. Alright, we have level 10. Time to pay the gems. Stormwrath Fire coming up. Try to pay my gems here. He's dead.
Wow, don't pull any punches or anything.
There we go. I'm actually seeing my fire talent working here, which is nice. There have been a number of matches where I've had it, and it didn't seem to work at all. I missed with the brew anyway. The brew keg.
Hey, good night. 2 for 1 save. That's 3.
Genji thought he was safe to retreat, but he wasn't. There were a bunch of Chens there.
Killing spree.
Alright, we'll back up. I'm gonna go up here. And hit the Leoric a little.
Take it down.
Pressure point coming up.
There goes the board.
It's kind of one-sided because we have a Cho'Gall. He's kind of a massive health bar. He's really hard to deal with. And I don't think Raynor has a really great Giant Killer anymore. Not as good as Giant Killer used to be. And this is what we want. This is what you want in this match. On this map is a double turn-in. What we should have done is probably taken our Bruiser camp, or the Giants, or the boss along with it. We gotta get in here. Set Genji on fire a little bit. There we go, we stole their camp. This works for us. This is what you want. You want a big push with that second turn-in. You want to set it up so that you get something real nice going on there. I think we just won the game here.
Don't forget to check the pockets. What?
There we go. Maybe we didn't win the game yet, but we could win the game if we wanted. I want to get to 20.
Mayhem.
Your curiosity.
Let me wait for 20. I want my talent.
We should capture this mercenary camp.
I have to ask my team to wait to win the game so I can get 20. Oh, that's not good. That with that talent, I will destroy people. Combo strikes coming up. Watch this guy melt. I'm still at full health. They didn't really hit me at all. Plus all the self-healing I get from those auto attacks. With the attack speed, I don't know if you noticed, but Raynor was just getting melted there. So was Genji. So was that wall. So was the boss. It was awesome. I'm just gonna go, do a camp, I think. That's what I'm gonna do.
Let us bind these mercenaries.
Yeah, I'll do this camp, I guess. You guys want to do that camp? I'll do this camp. Like, look how fast he cleared the camps, too, with these talents. The giants, anyway. He killed that one giant so fast. It's good. It's a good bruiser-y kind of build. That's what I want. It's where I think Chen belongs. Okay, we'll pay. Two more levels to get level 20. So I'm gonna head up here and look for some soak. For a quick minute. Just a little bit of soak. Just looking to get XP. Maybe a few spider butts. Oh, time to go fight. Oh, Cho'Gall's dead. I'm dead. Oh well. I killed the Genji. There wasn't much I could do there. I thought Alexstrasza would try to help me a little with getting out. I think she tossed me a heal, but I couldn't get on it.
The enemy destroyed a fort.
Oh, watch out. Watch out. Back up. We're fine. He's all scared, but we're fine. We're just having fun until we get level 20. The team is actually going to let me get level 20, which is nice. I really want to show that talent with this build. It's so good. Level 20 coming up. Very soon. I'm not there.
I'm up. Adventure awaits us.
I'm gonna go try to grab level 20 real quick. If I can. There we go. Energizing brew coming up. We need to drink a full channel of the brew. Bring another full channel of the brew to keep it going. And all of my damage is increased here by a huge amount. I just can't show it because the enemy team isn't going to let me. Full channel of brew. Like, look at the damage. Look at the damage. It's insane. Let's go ahead and just pop this. There we go. Okay. Thanks for 20.
Victory.
MVP.
Hey, I'll vote for Alex. She did a great job. She did a great job. Didn't get any votes though. No love for Chen. No love. I never get any love. Stats. Stat screen wasn't working yesterday. Every time I played yesterday, the stat screen would just say loading, and it would never load. Stats-wise, 61,000 hero damage from Chen. If the game would have went on into like the 20-minute range, I'd be approaching Gall's damage at that point. He'd probably be at close to 90, and I'd probably be just below him. That level 20 talent, paired with everything else, is insane damage. There's no way it doesn't get nerfed. It's so much damage. Like, level 20 Nazebo yesterday versus my level 20 Chen with this build went head to head. It only took like one round of auto attacks with the buff for the attack speed, which is 2 seconds after the shield goes away. One of that and me jumping in on him, and he was less than half health running away for his life. Like, it was crazy. It's crazy strong. 66,000 tanked. I don't think Chen is a tank anymore. I really don't. I think he's more in line with like Sonya or maybe Twin Blades Varian, stuff like that. He's a bruiser, I think. I don't think he's a main tank. I've had very little success trying to main tank with him. Every time I've tried to main tank with Chen on this new rework, it did not go well. It did not go well at all. Anyway, let's see. You gotta play a lot more passive with him, though, now, with Chen, than you used to, because Fortifying Brew is so weak. You can't jump in and Fortifying Brew and keep yourself alive if the enemy team focuses you. So it seems like the goal is to go in, hit your E, and get out. But the enemy team just wasn't focusing me at all in this match. At all. Very little damage was put onto me. And in the few moments that it was, I was able to get out. Except for that one time. Anyway, talents-wise, here's what we have for both teams. Not really curious about much of anyone here. Aside from Raynor's level 1, he did take Veteran Marksman. That's what I thought. When you have a Chen on the other team, he's going to be standing there drinking his brew. That should be free stacks, right? That's the thinking. He went full on give him some pepper build. Like, hard give him some pepper. He did take the Giant Killer talent, which is actually not that bad. I thought it was worse than that. I guess I was wrong. Genji going with a bit of an E build. Varian, I don't care about. Leoric, I don't even know what a good Leoric build is anymore. I haven't played him in so long. I don't really know what a good Anduin build is either. Alexstrasza going with the Circle of Life quest at level 1. That's not something that I see super often. I wonder if she finished it. And the Blessing of the Red. Wow, if she put Blessing of the Red on me, and I had the increased 20% health from this, I may have had more health than Cho. I may have had more health than Cho. Until she put Blessing of the Red on him, that is. Once he got Blessing of the Red, he probably was topping it again. I don't know. That was an okay match. 23 to 11 kills. Pretty one-sided, but not as one-sided as an earlier match I played today, where it was 25 to 0. So yeah. There is that. Anyway, let me know what you think about the new Chen. Do you think he's a good solo laner? I don't think he is. I've tried him in the solo lane. If you're going to solo lane with Chen, I think Brewmaster's Balance is a must-take. And probably you would want to take the armor talent, I would guess. I'm not sure. I haven't had success with Chen as a solo laner. Against good solo laners like Thrall, Dahaka. Like, I've played against Thrall, I've played against Dahaka, I've played against Gazlo, I've played against... who else for solo laners? I know I've played against some others. A Varian a few times. And there were some others, but every single one that I've played against in the solo lane has beaten Chen easily. Until level 16, that is. Once you get 16, you dominate the solo lane. But you kind of need that 16 for the attack speed to give you that healing. I don't know. I don't think he's a good solo laner. I think he's more of a bruiser, more of a wave clear, camp clear kind of guy. More along the lines of a Sonya, but probably not as good as Sonya. So I don't see Chen getting picked in drafts over heroes like Sonya. I just don't. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know other builds that you may have. This is the one that I've been liking the most so far. But it doesn't mean there aren't other good ones. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.